Hi, Wade Galt with Smart Bonus Systems here. In this video, I'm going to teach you the overview of how you compensate multi-line review experts to get excited about hitting the goals you want hit for your agency. There's a few different compensation plan components. Some of them are similar to other team members, and some of them are unique just to this role. So the similar pieces, if you watch the other videos on the retention expert and the auto fire or P&C growth expert, this first part's similar. We want some sort of base salary to make sure team members who are in this role are helping retain existing business. Now, this is assuming that part of the work they're doing is retention type work and they're also multi-lining. If somebody was a life health specialist and all they were doing is life health sales, then this might not apply. As far as benefits, we want to make sure that the person is focused on doing their job, they know they're being compensated well, and your benefits are good enough that you're not turning over people or losing team members that you want to keep. And then finally, we're going to have some bonuses, some per product bonuses, when the team member closes the sale that they get rewarded, whether it's auto fire bonuses or life health bonuses or so on. The second piece, again, similar to the other roles except a smaller bonus, there's going to be a bonus of up to about $75 a month for retention or lowering the lapse rate or customer defection rate in the agency. So multi-line review experts, when they're doing multi-line reviews with clients and they're helping them look at their auto, fire, life, health, disability, they're still usually having those clients stay with you longer, even if they don't sell something. So they're contributing to a certain degree, but of course they're not as focused on retention or lapse rate as your retention expert is. Also, I want them to participate in the policy growth bonuses. If the agency is growing, I want them to see, at least on my auto and fire policies, a $1 per policy growth as the agency grows. Team target bonuses. I'm going to use the same framework I'm using with my other experts. I'm going to have targets for auto, fire, life, health, client reviews, and if you offer them banking products, to make sure that team members are aware that they can make more money if the agency performs at a high level. And then multi-line target bonuses. This is the main area financially where these team members are going to have a chance to earn anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 a month, or maybe about 2/3 of that on a monthly basis with an annual bonus at the end of the year. But long story short, they're going to have the ability to earn quite a bit of money if they're able to do good client reviews, meet with clients, and help them purchase life, health, disability, other related products that the client would not normally purchase. I'm going to give them a chance to earn lots of paid time off. And this is probably the biggest distinction, and you don't have to do this, but this is something our agencies that get the most out of the program usually end up doing, is they'll tell their multi-line experts, look, you could be earning up to 48 additional days of paid vacation per year, which turns out to basically be Fridays off. If you're performing at a very high level, I want to make sure you're focused on results. I don't care how many days you're sitting in the chair in the agency if you're getting great results. So for my top producers, my multi-line experts, at the top levels of production, the levels where they're really doing awesome for me, I'm going to make it so they can earn up to 4 days per month of paid vacation, which is in other words Fridays. Now, you might use different numbers. You don't have to use these numbers, but we find that to be what really gets team members who are at the top level and are most motivated to want to do this. So the total possible bonuses, again, depending upon the premiums in your market, might be anything from $24,000 to $36,000 of bonuses, or even more if you're in a higher premium market, and up to 48 days of paid vacation. Again, don't have to do it that way, but what we find is that when you do that, the best producers want to work with you. They want to come be in your agency. And even if they're looking to become an agency owner eventually, they'd rather work through your agency and get paid really well along the way, rather than work in an agency where the agency owner is telling them, well, you're just going to get paid like garbage until you get your agency and just get over it, deal with it. In your agency, you're going to say, look, take your time. Hang around as long as you like. You don't have to go anywhere. If you're performing well, I want you to be here. I want you making a lot of money for the agency and growing and developing and perhaps putting aside the money for you to start your own agency. So that's the overview of the multi-line expert compensation plan. To learn more about this in detail, you can go to smartbonussystem.com or specifically go to smartbonussystem.com/wizard, where you'll see the different compensation plan wizards we have to help you create compensation plans to motivate your team members to perform at top levels. Hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions on this, please let us know. Put them in the comment section below or send an email to support@smartbonussystem.com. As always, look forward to helping you drive automatic production to maximize your agency income. Thank you.